What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Today, we're back on the hype train, back on the train when it comes to the Mercato that is surging forward in January. I'm not even going to talk about the disaster that was the Italy match yesterday. I don't want to focus on it because I'm still disappointed in the way that they performed. But let's talk about the different targets that Juventus is going to get going forward. Stick with us. We'll fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is Tuesday, November 16th, 2021, and of course I have your latest rundown of all things Juventus. Before we do anything, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already joined the Bianconeri Zone as a community. Go ahead and do that now, and then also don't forget to hit that bell icon to stay notified for all our latest videos. We know that YouTube doesn't always do a great job when it comes to sending out notifications for our videos, so make sure you have that bell icon so that way you know that your videos or your updates should be getting sent directly to your phone, your computer, whatever it is that you watch us on. We appreciate your guys' support. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. I guess before I get started on any of the graphics or anything like that, like I said, not going to go too much into it because I'm still pretty despondent over the performance that Italy gave yesterday. It was very disappointing. Going up against a mediocre Northern Ireland side, there's no excuse for the performance that they gave up. It's like, what is this? Is this the... And I said I'm not going to talk about it. Here I am talking about it. Did we sell our soul to win the Euros that this is going to happen again? I'll be honest, guys. We got to make it in the playoffs. I can't do another World Cup without Italy in it. It was hard enough last time. This time, I can't imagine. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. So Italy has to make it. Robbie Mancini, get your bleep together. Chiellini, Bonucci, whoever have you, get healthy, come back, win this in the playoffs, at least make one of those three spots, and that way I don't lose my mind. All right, let's just go ahead and jump into it, what the news that we really have for you guys today. I love how I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Also, Chiesa, what's going on with you, Chiesa? What's going on? Get it together. Show us the Chiesa that we've seen last year. I need that Chiesa, or even the Chiesa we just saw, not even last year, during the summer, during literally the Euro 2020. Just be that Chiesa. How hard is it? All right. We don't know. I don't know what else is going on. But anyway, let's just go ahead and jump into it when it comes to the news that we have for you today. First up, we're talking about Ligt, and that is Tutto Sports reporting that Juventus are in talks with Raiola to extend Ligt's contract with 1 year. The compromise would be to remove or lower the release clause. So positive when it comes to, obviously that was going to happen regardless. We know the release clause was going to be lowered. It's an exorbitant amount of money. So, you know, that doesn't make sense for him, who has all the power in this situation now, to want to keep that on there. But they extend him for another year. Hopefully he will remain for another season. And then, honestly, hopefully, will continue to renew and he can be a long-term player. When it comes to Juventus, I am worried about his future as a target. We've talked about it plenty on the channel. But any kind of renewal, even if only for a year, is good to hear in my book. Let's move on, though. This continues on with that conversation. It's Nicolas Shiro, who is reporting that a busy agenda for Mino Raiola. Talks have started with Juventus for the renewal of both Ligt, as we just talked about, and then Bernardeschi until 2025. Bernardeschi just got hurt, who we'll see if he plays anytime soon, if he comes back. I know my co-host on the channel may not be as high on Bernardeschi, and I'm not high on Bernardeschi. I don't dislike him. I don't know why people get this idea that I hate Bernardeschi or whatever have you. No, he just disappointed me. He's just disappointed me. I battled for him for years, and he's let me down. He has not proven to be worthwhile when it comes to Juventus, but at the same time, don't want him to be injured, don't want anything like that. I do want him to come back stronger and healthier and hopefully actually be able to perform, but Bernardeschi has yet to show me that he is actually capable of doing so. So anyway, best wishes to Bernardeschi, and so on. I don't know what else you want from me for that story. All right. Romeo Agresti was talking with Elvin Diaf. He has a YouTube channel on here. I think it's a French-speaking YouTube channel. Gets really good pieces from Romeo Agresti. And here Romeo Agresti says, I haven't found confirmation on Boubacar Kamara from Marseille for this winter. On Witsel and Zakaria, yes, they are two names present in Juventus' list. So yeah, Kamara, that's a name that's been floated around for a while now. I think it's been a few months. I think the first time it got floated around was, I don't know, I want to say around maybe August or something like around that time. It sounds about right. And I didn't know who the name was. Name came out, but then it kind of cooled down for a long time, and now he's back up there, popping up in the news for what we see there. Witsel again. I don't need to keep repeating my stance on Witsel, Zakaria, whatever have you. Tchouaméni would obviously be my preference, but Zakaria to me is the second best option. Definitely better. I mean, I won't say better than Witsel, but better long term. Potential because of just of his age and whatever kind of injuries he may be prone to getting along with that. Let's move on though. Going on though, we're going to keep talking about Zakaria and Tutto Sports reporting that the difficulties to get Tchouaméni have pushed Juventus to target Zakaria. Juventus are currently in pole position ahead of Roma. We've heard pole position before. To me, that means nothing. We'll see. Juve are also evaluating, and I apologize. I'm going to butcher this as I butcher everything. Claudio Cone? Is that close enough? I'm not saying it again. Cone. With Witsel, Marseille's Kamada, and Midtjylland's Kajuste. I probably butchered all that as well. Apologies. Remain in the background. I had never even heard of the last guy. Boubacar Kamada, obviously I've heard a little bit of him. We just talked about that a second ago. But overall, to me, it makes sense for Juventus to go after guys like Tchouaméni and Zakaria. I think the most frustrating or maybe upsetting is just the line of thought that it seems more and more likely that Tchouaméni is more of even just like a fever dream at this point compared to anything else. Not even as likely as he was, a week and a half ago, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So it is what it is. But yeah, due to the circumstances financially, whatever have you with Tchouaméni, maybe Tchouaméni also doesn't have interest as much as Juventus as we'd hope he would. I don't know. This is just me being a little bit of it's I'm just giving my thoughts. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. Anyway, that's what I'm going on with right now. But Zakaria is a solid option for Juventus, as we know he's a target. I don't know what else we can really take from this. Let's move on, though. Talking about guys potentially leaving is Luca Pellegrini and his situation. CalcioMercato.com is reporting that Luca Pellegrini continues to be one of the targets of Trabzonspor and more likely seems to be leaving in January. Has not really cemented himself at all within the Juventus ranks. Even like when he's been coming into play, it's been at a we've been more worried than anything. It was more of a last ditch, okay, throw Luca Pellegrini in there. Not really I think he can do this. Let's see him step up. It's been Alexandro getting hurt or whatever have you. Again, we still don't have a good left back backup for Alexandro. Honestly, it'd be nicer to get a left back top option and Alexandro be the backup if I'm being really honest right now, though. But he had some decent games before the season. And again, I know some people like Pellegrini, whatever have you. Pellegrini's a fine player, but he hasn't stuck. Talking about players, though, that may be coming into Juventus, though, would be Nicolo Ravella, who was speaking with Gazzetta dello Sport. He said, Juventus, I have to be honest, I don't think about it. When you're called by an important club like Juventus, it's certainly an honor, but I only think about Genoa and doing well with Genoa. So, I mean, what do you want him to say? What's he going to say? Of course, basically, he put enough little hints in there. Obviously, he's owned by Juventus, and Juventus is loaning him out. Obviously, he put enough to be like, I can't, that'd be awesome. I'd love to. But you have to say it in a way that's not disrespectful of the club that you're currently playing for, which is exactly what I want to hear and see from a player at Juventus. I want them to be able to be, got a good head on his shoulders and really exemplifies a decent person overall. So I like that he's professional for sure when it comes to the way he was talking about it, but definitely showed enough hints that he would be excited to get called up for Juventus. And I'll be honest, I think a lot of us fans right now, given the status of our midfield, will be just as excited to see him called up as well, given his recent string of performances for the club, as you know. And then finally, we got to talk about him. And we got to talk about Dybala and his situation as of late. Giovanni Albanese put out a report basically giving up on the status or giving an update on the status of Dybala, saying Dybala will not anticipate his return to Italy. He is expected back in Turin late Wednesday evening as planned. He will not play against Brazil, and as a precaution, he will be assessed by the Juventus medical staff when he returns. I mean, how often? I don't know. How frustrating does it have to be right now? It seems like every other week we're dealing with some other kind of issue when it comes to Dybala, injuries, not being able to play, not being able to do whatever. But at this point, if you're not going to play for Argentina, and I understand wanting to be there, maybe even support your teammates. But how important is Juventus to you in your list of thinking, in your line of thinking? Because to me, at some point, you have to realize the state that you're in with the club that pays you, the club that's paying you and also wants you to renew with, or that you want to renew with and make the big bucks that you're asking for, the 10 million euros that right now, should they be paying 10 million euros given the product that they're giving? Obviously, you don't want them to go for free, but I don't know. That's my personal thought. I honestly think at this point, any other player, even the Italian squad, Bonucci, Chiellini, whoever, they would have headed back to Juventus and got back to work there, or at least try to heal up and get back to the club so that way they're in the country and whatever. I don't like this move. I don't like the staying and not coming back to Wednesday. In South America, we know the issues with South America. It continues to happen, especially in a time of a pandemic that we're still dealing with. I don't really like the choice overall. By the way, happy birthday. There you go. Happy birthday, Dybala. So for those of you that get mad when we don't say happy birthday, Dybala, but get your bleep back here to Italy so that way you can get back into shape and get ready to play for the rest of the season and hopefully trying to build something and finish top 4 at this point, which it's so sad for me to just say that day in and day out now. Is just hopefully pray to finish top 4. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's all the news I really have for you today. I know it wasn't the probably the most positive of updates, but I just want to give you what we really have. There were some positives there with the Ligt and whatever going on with them. Rovella obviously potentially coming back in, and then we'll see about what happens with Zakati at long term. If you have any thoughts or questions, leave them in the comment section down below. We always love interacting with you guys. We appreciate all the feedback that you give us as well. And also, please do, if you're still in here and you're still watching the video, please hit that like button and please do make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We appreciate all the support and love to see this community that we're building here continue to grow. Also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all our latest videos. Make sure you follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Follow Julian Genotti at Genotti151 on Twitter. Follow our boy Alejandro at Alejandro BZ on Twitter as well. And then, of course, follow Bianconerizone at Bianconerizone on all our social media platforms. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.